He's an American blogger, technical evangelist, and author, best known for his blog Scobleizer, which came to prominence during his tenure as a technical evangelist at Microsoft. Mr. Robert Scoble, how are you?
Hey, pretty good, although I'm using a computer I'm not familiar with because mine was just not working with video, and I'm trying to get my headset set up here. So hopefully you're hearing me through the headset. I'm hearing you through my speakers. So.
Well, we're hearing you, but we lost your video. We're going to work on getting that back up again, but we've got this lovely picture of you holding your tripod and camera, which is the classic Twitter shot. Did you have an opportunity to let your followers know that you're on?
Not really, because I've been trying to fix this thing for the last 10 minutes. So.
Well, do me a favor, shoot it out there while we're talking, and let them know if you'll just give them the URL, Tweet-A-Thon2009.com. I know that they're going to want to see your smiling face, especially since we got the video back up, and there you are in all your Scoble-like glory.
So, how are things going? It's been a wild day here in Seattle. I've been seeing tons of startups. There's really a great group of startups that are happening here in Seattle. So
that's awesome. So you're just kind of up there seeing what's going on. Is it a conference or what?
No, just seeing what's going on in Seattle. Tomorrow we're on to Vancouver to go to the Northern Voice Conference, which I'm really looking forward to. That's always one of the better web blogger, social media conferences around. So.
Right. Well, hey, I want to say thanks to you. I know I've said it offline before, but I want to publicly acknowledge what happened a few weeks ago when my Facebook account was suspended. And
yes,
you were able to relate to that, and there was so much pathos there, and you did an interview with me and just wrote out the answers and wrote a blog entry on the fly and posted that sucker, and that got a lot of comments.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? It was really cool. I'm going to try one bit because I'm hearing. I guess if I'm hearing you, are you hearing me okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
Because I'm not. I'm hearing you through my speakers. So let me just try to switch to my headset here.
Okay,
and see if that works.
Your video goes in and out as well. I'm not sure what's going on with.
Yeah, every time you open Skype's preferences, the video goes in and out. So I think everything now is working off the headset. So hopefully I sound okay.
You sound great.
Awesome. You sound great now, too.
Yay. It's the Mutual Admiration Society. We all sound good.
So it's so good when technology works, doesn't it?
I know. It's those rare moments, but you have to grasp them and cling to them and hope that they're always going to be like that.
Yeah.
And, of course, it doesn't work that way, does it?
No. So anyway, let's see if we can go and create a Twitter message and a friend feed message.
Yeah. You're a big friend feed guy. I mean, you're one of the biggest supporters.
Yeah, Joel comes. And what's the URL again?
Tweet-A-Thon2009.com.
On 2009.com. And who else is on after me so I can pitch them?
After you is going to be Mark Joyner, and then Mari Smith. Do you know Mark?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The godfather of internet marketing.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's in New Zealand, down under, and I don't know what time it is going to be there. I imagine probably 7 in the morning or some freaky time like that.
Yeah. So I just friend feeded it, so hopefully it gets over to Twitter pretty quickly.
So you've had some conversations with Zuckerberg lately, and the word is getting out that Facebook is going to increase the friend limit. Is that accurate?
That's what he tells me, and other people are like, I don't believe it. But both him and Sheryl Sandberg said that the friend limit should go away this year. They've said hang in there, and they're going to fix it. But
December 31st?
Yeah, you never know. The other problem is, the real reason they implemented that limit was they actually, in the early days, they didn't have a limit, and somebody got up to tens of thousands of followers and or friends, and her account kept getting slower and slower, and so they knew that there was some technical limitations somewhere around 5,000 to 10,000 friends, and that's why they put the limit in so that everybody would have a decent experience. And so the question is how are they going to fix those technical limitations for real? And then how many friends can you have after the limitation gets lifted. Will it be 15,000 friends or 100,000 friends? I don't know.
Right. Well, I guess we're going to find out. And, of course, I think everybody understood that nobody was being punished, to keep you at 5,000. But the way that they've been dealing with issues for people who are at 5,000 and trying to respond to the friends in waiting, something's wrong.
Yeah, that's true. You got kicked off because you were messaging everybody and saying, "Hey, I can't add you, so join my friend page or my fan page or whatnot," and that kicked off an algorithm that looked to the algorithm like you were spamming all your friends, right? And they kick you off. And when they kick you off, they don't just turn off your ability to use Facebook. They delete you. They erase you. They erase every wall message, every photo, every video you put up. They remove you from everybody's social graph, so you can't be searched for anymore. I mean, it's like being erased. It's like you didn't exist. And that, I think they're making a huge mistake with that, not because they piss off people like you and me, because that's sort of funny, but because they're trying to be more than just a cute, fun game for college kids, right? They're trying to be a social utility, something like a address book, a white pages. And if you're gonna be a white pages for everybody, you gotta have more trust than that, right? And now they're certainly trying to build the yellow pages, which they're trying to make Facebook about business. And I think they're leaving a lot of money on the table by removing people's trust of the system in a way that we're never going to do business there. If somebody tries to do business with me, tries to message me and say, "Hey, I got a deal for you," or I want you to work on something, or I want to do an interview, I immediately take them out of Facebook and put them somewhere like my email system, and say, "Please contact me on email, not on Facebook," because I don't trust the system, and that lack of trust is going to hurt them down the road. I mean, right now they're getting 200,000 new people a day, and they're growing like weeds, and they're certainly the success story of this year, and we need more success stories this year. But I think they're hurting themselves, 3, 4, 5 years down the road when that growth starts slowing down. And now people are trying to use it for other things other than just poking their girlfriend.
Right. Whoop, hello. So, I agree. And for me, Facebook is a very, very small part of my online business strategy. And if my account was permanently closed, honestly, it wouldn't hurt me. It's just that, we did spend time growing it, but I'm not putting any eggs in Zuckerberg's basket after what happened. And I'm fine with it. Now, Twitter, this is a tweet-a-thon. We're talking Twitter.
Yep.
What are your feelings on Twitter's attitude towards business?
Well, Twitter, first of all, is more open. I mean, first of all, you can read my Twitter page without signing up, right? Facebook really requires you to sign up and friend me and be accepted as a friend before you can really see all the stuff I'm doing there. So it's a different animal right away, where Twitter is open to Google, it's open to the open web, and they don't do stuff like totally delete your entire life. Plus, Twitter doesn't store your photos and your videos and your and your other stuff. You really have to store that somewhere else. Like your photos go on Flickr and your videos go on YouTube and your blogs go on WordPress somewhere else, and you link it off of your tweet. So the expectation, even if they did delete me, they don't delete any of my other stuff, and I still can live elsewhere.
Okay, so I have a question for you, Robert. With that in mind, I know 5 years is a long time in internet time. Let's just say 3 years. 3 years down the road, which service is more valuable for, maybe not to sell, because Facebook is so massive, they've got the sheer numbers, but look ahead and prognosticate.
Well, the problem there is, so Facebook knows so much about you. They know your age, they know your gender, they know your relationship status, right? Are you married or single, and how are you connected? They know your hobbies. Like I put in, I'm into skiing, and I'm into photography, and I'm into gadgets, and it knows that. And in fact, if you click the word skiing on my profile, you'll see everybody else on Facebook who also is into skiing. So they can really target advertising demographically to you very in a new way that very few other systems can do. And Twitter doesn't ask you all those stupid questions, right? There's not the expectation that I'm going to put a link to my wife on the profile page on Twitter, and I'm not going to tell you that I'm I'm a liberal Democrat, and I'm not going to tell you that I'm into photography or skiing and that I have a baby and stuff like that. All that stuff I would do on Facebook. So the value that Twitter is going to find is going to be different than the value that Facebook has, because you're not going to have that kind of demographic information. Now, Twitter, on the other hand, because it's so simple and because it's the best place for many of us to just tell the world what we're doing and what we're thinking, and also a little bit about us in these 140 character messages. I think it's going to be a lead generation system that the world has never seen. Why, when I tell Twitter I'm having our family's having a baby, doesn't the whole page change, and along the left side all of a sudden Procter and Gamble has all sorts of diapers and food, and the insurance companies say, hey, come and sign up for insurance with us for your new family, and stroller companies should be on the left side, and targeting you based on what you've told the system. You're already seeing signs of that, right? Zappos, if you talk about shoes, somebody from Zappos will probably comment to you and say, hey, did you know that we have a great shoe company, and we'd love to get you the shoes you were talking about or whatnot. And like, I was in the H&R Block last year doing my taxes, and while I was in the H&R Block office, somebody from H&R Block 3,000 miles away Twittered me and say, I hope you have a good experience with us, and let us know if you need any help with your taxes. So that you're starting to see the signs of what the power of Twitter is, because it's constrained, and its expectation is I'm going to do just these little tiny messages with everybody.
Twitter power. Did you get your copy of Twitter Power in the mail?
I believe I did, but I haven't been home. I'm in Seattle right now.
Right. Well, I understand. You are listed on page 222, the first power Twitterer that we've got in the book here. So
well, thank you very much.
I think you've been a great example of how to use Twitter properly, and appreciate your time. Perillo was on before you, and he says he's looking forward to your date night.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right. We're doing our little date night tonight. We're having this little fight, like, is the flip cam better than the creative Veto cam? And this is how we both look at the world differently. He totally biases resolution and quality and all that higher than I am. The flip cam is not quite as high a resolution. It's not as wide a lens and stuff like that, but it has far superior software, and it works on the Mac, where the creative doesn't work on the Mac. And I'm a Mac and Windows person, and so I need devices that go between both, and I don't want to think about, oh, wait a second, I shot this on the creative, and now I have to convert all my files and spend more time. And I'm also a lazy blogger, and I want to do as little work as possible to get the video up, and the creative makes me go through an extra step, and it just bothers me. And so for most people, I recommend getting a flip cam.
So is tonight's meeting with him, are you guys going to have a cage match to fight it out and determine which is better?
I guess so.
You should video that. That would be a great video, dueling cams of Scoble and Perillo. Put that up on your sites and on YouTube, and it's going to get 100,000 views or more.
Yeah, I actually bought one of each of the cameras. So I went out and bought a creative and a flip and a Kodak, actually, the ZI6, and I like each of them for something different. The Kodak, for instance, has replaceable memory cards and replaceable batteries, and has better audio than the other two do, and has a close-up lens. So if you're trying to take video of an iPhone, for instance, the Kodak can get right in on the iPhone, where the other ones just don't look as good. But the pocketability of the flip is better than the other two, and the software, the total product is better than the creative. But I can see, I'm a geek, so I use the creative too, and I can see its advantages as well. It's just, I think Chris comes at the world a little bit geeky, and you got to know his biases before you take his advice.
It's that whole locker gnome weirdness that he's got going on. Well, listen,
absolutely.
I'm gonna have to let you go. We got Joyner coming up next. Robert, thanks so much for joining us, supporting the Tweet-A-Thon, and appreciate you.
And we're going to be drinking some good wine here in Seattle, some good local. In fact, what do we have here? Hold on a second. I got to do a little Gary V.
You gonna bring the thunder?
Columbia Valley, and so we're gonna start having some wine here and having some celebrations.
Well, like Gary V, stuff some dirty socks in your mouth to get your palate all up and running. A little bit of dirt, and then enjoy your wine.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Robert. Take care, my friend. We'll talk soon.
Thanks.